Hey sexy, welcome back to the channel. I have been getting kisses from my puppy. That's not what I was gonna say. I have been getting a lot of comments from people asking why bathhouses, they're just wondering, how come they still exist? I didn't know they still exist. People are asking well, why do we still need them? If we have apps, why do we need bathhouses? Which got me to thinking about the differences between the two. I'm gonna be as objective as I possibly can, and we are gonna compare and contrast bathhouses versus the apps. Who's gonna win? Let's find out. Now, before we start, let me know down in the comments, bathhouses or apps, which one is your more preferred hunting ground? So to make this easier for us, I have broken this down into categories: affordability, convenience, and safety. Okay, so in terms of affordability, let's start with the apps. So the apps, obviously they're free. You can just download the apps and use them for free. But of course, there are membership levels. I hope these are correct, I just Googled it. But it says 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months on Grindr. So it goes anywhere from $3.99 for 12 months. Per month if you sign up for 12 months. Now, I'm just gonna do Grindr and Scruff. Scruff also is free to use if you want. And then apparently, I don't know because I don't pay for it, but here it says it's $19.99 a month. Okay, so then for the bathhouses, obviously different bathhouses have different entrance fees. I'm gonna use Steamworks here in Toronto as an example. So we can see here on the grid, a locker in the weekdays, $18. It goes up on the weekends. All the prices go up on weekends. You can also there's also membership levels, and if you're paying for a membership, you get special deals. However you cut it though, going to a bathhouse is gonna set you back a little bit more than using the apps. Any way you cut it, it's more expensive. So affordability is a win for the apps. Hey, I don't know if you've heard, but this channel is made possible by the generosity of my patrons. Patrons of my channel get perks like advanced access to episodes, behind the scenes content, personalized videos, and more. You can find everything at patrickmarano.com. Okay, let's move on to our next category, which is convenience. And I'm gonna break it down into two subcategories. So there's time commitment, and then there's gonna be the ease of finding men. Let's talk about time commitment at a bathhouse. Entry into any bathhouse is usually gonna get you about 6 to 8 hours of roaming around time. I have only stayed that long when I was tweaked out on crystal meth. Usually 2 to 3 hours is plenty of time to get in, get stuffed, and get out. If we factor in the travel, so let's say from door to the tubs, to hunting, to sex, to showers and home, you're done and dusted, let's just say about 4 hours. Now, the other subcategory is the probability of hooking up, your chances of hooking up. At the bathhouse, obviously there's men. They have no clothes on. There's dark spaces, there's TVs playing porn. Plus, everyone is there for the same reason. Let's now shift our attention to the apps. And I can only speak from my experience, obviously. So let's talk about the time commitment. People are not all on the app at the same time, obviously. Some people are there, obviously, just to chat, as you know, which is fine. Some people just want to trade pics. They collect dick pics and stuff, which is also fine, but it doesn't help you if you just are looking for somebody to get off. Some people are gonna ghost you. The timing is tough. The connection is tough. Planning a rendezvous can be tough. People can't host. They can't host right now. They can't so it can happen, obviously, but I can literally count on one hand, not one fist, one hand, how many times I've had a successful hookup on the apps. Again, this is my experience, but in terms of time, convenience, and probability of actually hooking up with somebody, it's low. So for convenience and the probability of hooking up with somebody, the clear winner here for me is the bathhouse. And now the score is tied. This is the score. It's 1-1, people. Let's move on to my final category, which is safety. And I'm gonna break this down into two subcategories of your personal safety, of your person, and health safety. So a bathhouse is a designated place for sex. It's a public place. There's other people around. So in terms of your personal safety, a bathhouse is is a safe place. It's a neutral ground. Like I said, there's other people around. So should you find yourself in a situation where you don't feel safe, somebody is threatening you in some way, you can call out, you can leave the room, you can find somebody because you're in a neutral place. I got a really disgusting comment from somebody who watched one of my Bathhouse videos that said, "Oh, I think I just got the HIV from watching this video," because it was about bathhouses. I cannot stress this enough. A place doesn't give you HIV. Your actions and behaviors do. The bathhouse is not going to give you AIDS or gonorrhea or syphilis or whatever. How you spend your time in the bathhouse is what's going to lead to those things. It's not the place, it's what you're doing. Sexual health at the bathhouse is up to you. Let's move to the apps in terms of your safety. Now, inviting a stranger into your home when your door's unlocked and your ass is up, you're in an extremely vulnerable position. If you go to somebody's house, you're on their territory, and again, this is potentially a dangerous situation. Anything can happen. I have a podcast called True Gay Crime where I did over 30 episodes of crime and criminals and the gay community. I mean, there was one called The Grindr Killer. Stephen Port was the Grindr Killer. That was his name. And he would kill people that he met on Grindr. Of course, that's an exception. It's not the rule. But in terms of your personal safety, it is a risk to meet strangers in private location. You don't know really who these people are. It's hard to get help when you're alone with somebody. And then if we talk about sexual health, we're talking about HIV and syphilis and all of the STDs and STIs. Just because it's only you and one guy in your home doesn't make your chances of contracting anything any less. It's gonna depend on your behavior, not the location. If we're gonna base it on safety, I'm gonna base it on your personal safety. Sexual health is in your hands, so those are gonna equal out. But personal safety, I'm gonna give this one to the bathhouse because you're in a public space. Now, if you wanna contest these extremely scientific results and voice your opinion, do it down below in the comments. Otherwise, watch this video right here. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah!